Good afternoon, the viewers around the live stream, whether you're watching live or after it saves as a video. We've got a little bit of information to review and a little bit to talk about and a lot to review because it is now June 19th. We have approximately 4 months of the bear market remaining. It's very exciting. We've got 4 months before we get another chance. Welcome to another live stream. We got Griot, Farm Genie, Higher Lows, Craig Coates, Richard Desmond, Dream Tanks, Ian Wallace, Moonwolf. Gumal. The Strait is closed again. That's okay. I've never talked about it and I'm never going to talk about it. I personally think it's irrelevant. Well, obviously it's not irrelevant if you're affected by it, but it doesn't affect us as far as crypto. Christian Lacroix. Good afternoon. Is it safe to 100x long? I don't think so, man. Personally. It'll affect interest rates, which would affect Bitcoin. Well, again, we'll just agree to disagree, my friend. If you find that the news is helpful for you, then that's all you got to do, you know? I don't do the news. I just don't follow it. Cryptomyosis is in the chat. I'm in San Jose going to a Pokemon card show. Interesting. He says, my friend got a table and I'm here to make sure nobody steals. Does that does that mean you set traps for the humans? You set the traps around for whoever tries to steal. They call you the trap man. We only follow the indicators. That's what I personally do, yeah. Because if you really think about it, right, we don't talk about the war, but the war started here and we're in the same exact spot. So all of this talk of war this, war that, like, has zero impact, literally. That's why I don't follow it. But, I am hopeful that we will get a bounce. I am hopeful we get a bounce because our beloved long-term Newpol is pulling back. And if we go a little bit lower, the long-term holders Newpol is going to make a lower low, which is bearish. But that's what's been happening. We've been making lower lows and then we've gone up. So we're potentially repeating. You see how the price of Bitcoin keeps making higher lows, but the Newpol makes a lower low? So maybe we got to go down one more time. I'm preparing. I am truly preparing for what I think is the final move down. And I'm starting to think, I guess it's a little bit of hope too, a little hopium, but I'm starting to hope we do go below 40,000. I think to truly trigger despair and get everybody as bearish as possible, I think we would have to go down there. I mean, you can see you got the 2414 and the 2618 is right at 36 to 38. That has been hit every bear market. I really think there's a chance we're going down there. Oh, we didn't hit it on this one, actually. So this is the only one we didn't hit. But the other two we did. So I'm thinking it's possible. Especially when you, again, I know it's annoying to hear repetitiveness, but the fact that that price would put IBIT underwater, I think it would just trigger full capitulation throughout the market. It would just be harmony achieved once again, where the ETF goes all the way down. We bounce, accumulation. Yeah, see, it's interesting when you draw it like this because this has to go through a period of accumulation as well. So this has to go down soon. If we're expecting the bull market to start in March, then we've got to get down there. I guess this is long enough. Yeah, this is long enough. This is 150 days, man. I just hope it doesn't go like this. Even though this would make more sense. I'm hoping we can get one more bounce. Yeah, I mean this isn't that different, honestly. Really not. One more bounce and then we go down. Bull run starts in March or April. That'd be even better if it's the middle of March, 162 days of accumulation. I can see that playing out. We already talked about how we spend X amount of days getting accumulated. Hmm. Here it is. Yeah, we already talked about how we spend X amount of days getting accumulated. So it's 140, 180, 300, and 122. So I would assume we'll be between 120 and 180. That's what I just drew. If we bottom in October, but it's not even bottoming, it's all we have to measure from is the break below 53,000. So if we break 53,000 in September, technically that starts the timer. Yeah, I think the bull run could start in March or February. We simply have to go below 53,000 to start the timer. If we get the relief rally, will MSTR go back to 180? No, it shouldn't go back there. I don't think. This chart made me so bearish. You can just tell it's getting ready to die. You know? But if we just get one little pipsqueak bounce. Because the thing is, if we bounce again, people are going to get even more bullish. Because they're going to be saying, oh my God, we just made a double bottom. I already see YouTubers saying double bottom. But this was a double bottom too. Yeah, this was a double bottom. Actually, a triple bottom. And then this was also a double bottom. I mean, literally double bottom. And then the bottom fell out. So I could see people saying double bottom. That's why if we can get one more little rally, everybody gets bullish, and then that's it. Bottom falls out. Don't count on the bounce. Well, we'll see what happens. I have no position right now, so if we go down, we go down. Either way, we're in this together. We're eating Twinkies and lobsters. Super Cycle Moon Boys in the chat. Are they? Yeah, yesterday everyone was like overly bearish and we got a nice little bounce. So hopefully the Moon Boys come back soon. Shithausen. No, it's the Scheishausen. Scheishausen. I am curious, are we really gonna go to sub 40K? $12-hour stock RSI is going to attempt to curl up. Alright, so we're not going anywhere yet. This has to turn green. So we're still bearish for now. But I'm gonna guess if we can just... Even if there is one more move down, we would go right to the 786 retracement. I think that should do it. Because we briefly mentioned earlier, very, very briefly, like not even 10 seconds, but in this bear market, the long-term Newpol has made lower lows each time, and we didn't do that yet. So if we went down, this would be like extra, extra confirmation that we're bearish. Yeah, don't forget about this either. In 2025, the long-term holder made a lower low. I would love to see this where we go down one more time and the long-term holders make a lower low and then we get the bounce. So the fact that it's happened both times, even though the price made a higher low, I mean, if it happens a third time, it's just telling you that the same thing is going to happen again, which is why it would be nice if it happened. It might. I think if we went down one more time, even if it's like a quick one where it's like overnight and you don't even see it, like just a quick woof, get one of these. Yeah, something like this is perfect. That's why I like that we're grinding, we're not flushing, you know? Like this you just flushed down. Right now we're kind of staircasing, which is still bearish, but it's not capitulation bearish. So if we can get one more move, then everyone is bearish, then July starts. Well, actually, it would take much longer than this, as the top isn't supposed to be until late July. So if we got something like this, I think. Let's see here. All right. Maybe something like this, right? Yeah, that lines up. So another low would confirm that we're going down because the Nupal would turn negative, or sorry, it would make a lower low, which has been present in the entire bear market. Every single time we chop like this, the Nupal goes lower. So it tells you that we're bearish before we're bearish. And we're getting ready to come down again. Right. You see how in 2022 it was bullish? Like the Nupal didn't make lower lows because the trend was turning bullish. Yeah, you know what's interesting here? Oh no, wait, that was a higher low too. Yeah, if we see this make a lower low, we know we're going down, which it should. It really should. It will if we come down again. That's why one more move would be bearish. It would be like the chef's kiss. It's guaranteed to be bearish. We come right to the 786. We get accumulated for about a week. Right? Then by the end of July, we're going down. By August, we go down. I think it's I think it's doable. Thoughts on Q2 27 bottom? No. I think the bottom is in 3 to 5 months. Not financial advice. Just put 10K on Floki. Good luck, man. Even if we're bearish, we gotta pump up even, give the fuel to go down. Well, unless that's what this was. That's why there's no in the middle. We're either going straight down right now or we're going to get another big bounce. That's why I'm saying if we can hold up here, I don't think we would just go straight down. because we already got the bull trap. This was the bull trap. So the fact that we're sitting here is really good. That means we might sit here for a little while. Could we get something like this? Yes. But the FOMC meeting was here, meaning that this would have been the bull trap, meaning we're about to go straight down. That's why if we could just, like, I would have to argue that if it's June 30th and we're still here, then this is going to play out. Because you don't consolidate, you usually just go down. And we consolidated here, yes, but we had a big move down. Then we had the FOMC meeting, and then we went down. We just had the FOMC meeting after a big move down. So if we were going to go down, we would just go down now. Which is, oh, it's possible. I'm not saying that can't happen. It's very possible. But I'm just trying to see, well, what happens if that doesn't happen? And this is the outcome, in my opinion. So now it's just a waiting game. Because this move down alone gave us enough indication that we're bearish. Because, well, today's Friday, so we can't watch, but MSTR almost taking out the low is bearish. Even though it made a higher low, the fact that Bitcoin pulled back and this finally gave way means that weakness is trying to poke its head through. So if we can see MSTR do something like this, where it makes a new low, but it's not bearish yet, you get one more spike, then we go down. Like, this doesn't look like a big drop, but it was 45%. So another relief rally for Bitcoin, but MSTR getting a dinky rally to like 150. If you cut that crap in half by 45%, now you're at $85. That's I think that's enough to be the low. 85 to 70. Well, the question here is, do we hold the 786 at 60K? If the answer is yes, and we're still at 60K by July, I'm going to assume we're going to get a bounce. Yeah, the 3-day MACD's getting ready to turn green, you know? Like, you got a chance. No, seriously, we got a freaking chance. If we can hold up here, 2 days probably green already. Oh, nice. It's about to be green. Yeah, I like our chances. I'm not saying it has to happen, but I like our chances, man. If we can just sit here. Because you see, when we had this crash in October, we were already red. We're red now. So if it could turn green, the crash should be avoided, I think. We just got to sit here for another week. Does Sailor have to sell? I don't think so. He didn't sell in 2021. Again, the narrative will always show up right on time. I don't think they accumulated 800,000 Bitcoin just to sell it. That's all the more reason to actually rip up, though. You have all the reasons to bet bear. Yeah, you're saying retail would be wrong, but retail's gone, man. There's nobody here. There's nobody left. But yeah, this is bad. I think we're getting ready, man. We're getting ready. Crypto search terms just fell off a cliff. We're getting ready. So hopefully there's one more relief rally, and then that should do it. That should do it. I don't think it will be a question of seller wanting to sell. It will be him having to sell. Yeah, but why would he have to sell? That's the question. Why would he have to sell? Didn't he just sell like 40 Bitcoin or something? Yeah, I don't know. We might get. Well, I hope we get that bounce. I'm trying to see why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we get the bounce? Right? Why is it why are we guaranteed to go down right now? I don't know. Even Ethereum is trying to turn bullish. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure we're going down yet. Right? This has been pretty accurate. Once it turns green, we stay green. Only March of 2025 was the last time. As Sailor's dividend stock dumps, he has to sell Bitcoin to cover. Yeah, but I thought they were buying the dip. He hasn't sold, he only sold 4 Bitcoin this whole time. 40, I mean. Oh, this is a big moment here. I actually think this is good. The more time we spend down here, the more bearish it is. And the more time that we stay up here, the more bullish it is in the short term. So what I mean is, if we don't go down now, then we're not going down for a little bit. And if we don't go down now, then it means we're going to get a relief rally. But the longer we stay down here, it confirms that it's a relief rally and it's not a bull run. Does that make sense? So I actually think we just got we're getting the best case scenario here. STRC raised the dividend to 13. Yeah, but it goes up the lower the price goes, doesn't it? He has to sell STRC rugged, so he has no choice. Is that how it's set up? He has to sell when it goes down. So we're going to be monitoring Nvidia as well. We could be getting close to a red dot on the 12-day. Oh man, we can get a red dot for the monthly. Oh, the 2-month is still red. Damn it. Yeah, the 2-month is still red. Oh, let's go. The 2-month is green for SPY though. Yeah, we might still get a. Oh wow, it never even turned red for the Dow. I think we're gonna get it, man. What do we need to look for? Bullish propaganda? 5-hour turned green. That's a good sign. 6 hours still red. 6 hours still red. 3-hour green dot. That's good, but that's not enough. 3-hour green dot is good, but it's not enough. What do we definitively need? Probably an 8-hour green dot, right? Yeah. Oh, we're not even close to that. All right, so the way that it's currently constructed, it looks like there's going to be one more move down, and that move down will either be the low or we're just going straight down. If it's going to repeat the way that it has been, right? We've already established our bear flag. It's there. At least the ceiling is there because this is already broken. So well, maybe it's not actually. Because if you would have said this was the bear flag, you would have been wrong. Yeah, it's too early to say. Well, I don't know. Maybe the ceiling is established already, and we just don't have the floor. Because if we're looking for July to be the peak, it does kind of line up. Monthly closes soon. That was a lot. I don't know. No, the monthly close is still not for another 2 weeks. Yeah, we haven't really done anything in June. We've kind of just sat here the whole month, which is good. That means the BBWP is going to reset, giving us the chance to get a big move. Yeah, look at that. We might sit here for a little while. I hope. I'll admit I'm a little bit hopeful, but I'm not letting that get in the way. Like if we're bearish, we're bearish. But I feel like if we're gonna get capitulation, we would probably start from here, which is what we just did. But now we're sitting here. So I have to assume that if we sit here for a little longer, this is gonna come back down. Yo, I'm telling you, man, if we get this move, the BBWP resets, then we go straight to the bottom. Come on, baby. We just gotta sit here. Yeah, we've been the same price for 3 weeks already. And how long did we say it takes to reset this? It was red here and it was blue 3 weeks later. It was red here and it was blue 3-4 weeks later. So maybe 3 to 4 weeks from here. Yeah, July. I mean, technically, we don't have to get a relief rally. We could just sit here, you know? Whatever it is, as long as we just don't go down. This is a big freaking moment right now, man. It really is. Check the stock RSI. It's bearish. But on the 3-day, it's attempting to turn bullish. And on the 2-day, I think it is bullish. But look, this is what happened last time. You got like a small pullback, and it's in the exact same spot. So I think if we're bullish this week, we're going up. Because the FOMC always triggers the move down, and when it doesn't, we go up. I'm honestly starting to prepare for the move up. I think there's a chance we're moving up. Three-day stock RSI is a little bit lower. But this is good because now when the stock RSI, or if, I don't want to say it's guaranteed, maybe we do go down, but if it gets up here, it's going to be literally right where we said it would be, you know? And then we just go down. Like, this is it, man. This is it. This, like, I really think this is it. The bottom of the bear market is around here somewhere. Literally. Like, we are almost at the end of the bear market, man. It's nuts how fast it went. It's scary, actually. But the start of the bear market was right here. So one more rally up will be the end. Guys, there's one more freaking rally left. Well, again, I'm not saying it's guaranteed that there's a rally, but there's one more section. You had section 1 was 97 days, section 2 97 days. This one's a little bit longer. Or maybe it is July. 97 days. Maybe it is. I think the top is going to be in July. I don't think it is in August. It might be this simple. Was this also 97 days? Okay, 76. I'm open to it. I'm open to it. There are no rate hikes yet. Yeah, I don't follow any of that, man. Honestly. No one knows, all speculation. I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I think with certainty we're going below 50K. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm looking at it. Everything I see says we're going down there. I'm just see. Are we gonna get the bounce? Matey. Are we gonna get the bounce, matey? If any of you guys long, just set a stop loss. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. It's too risky. This is like the best case scenario. I just think there's a chance. There still might be another move down, just a little one. Every 4 years after all the stuff is done. The bear market can go into 2027? No, I don't think so. I think we're in the 7th inning, getting ready to enter the 8th inning. It's exciting. What I'm really interested to see is what are they doing with the S&P? Is it going to be like the others, or is it going to be like 2015 where it actually just goes up? That's my interest right now. Is it going to be like 2018 and 2022 where everything goes down together? Or is it going to be different this time? That's the question for me. 50K makes sense for a bottom. No, I think we're going a lot lower than 50K. Maybe like 44 to 40. But I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. This is what's so bizarre is the S&P 500. I mean, this is like what we're seeing right now is bull market moves for the S&P 500. It really makes me think that we're going to get one of these. I feel like it's too bullish for anything else. Like every time we sell off, it's just a V recovery. So that's building that's building like I can't find the word. Like you can't keep knocking something over and then having it come right back without it getting weaker. So I feel like we don't have the time for something like this. But like you see how you had a V recovery here, then a V recovery here, then you had a big one and it was a V recovery again. That's what I think this is. We had a V recovery here, little V recovery here. Now we just need the big one. And that's also going to be a V recovery. That's why it's going to be life changing because it's going to be the biggest one we've seen since COVID, where SPY was at 220 and then it was at 350 by 6 months later. So we would go down to like 560 and then we'd be back at like 700. Maybe it doesn't happen though. Maybe we're just bullish. I'm not going to pretend to know. I just struggle to see how on earth we're just going to keep going up and up and up without any type of repercussions. It would be the first time ever. Not ever, sorry. It would be the first time in Bitcoin's existence. YJT3, I appreciate the 3, man. Helps a lot in times of despair. Thoughts on Circle, buying it over Bitcoin? I don't fully understand it. It's definitely risky because it was not around in the last bear market. It could be a gamble. It's a gamble, that's what I would say. So I personally wouldn't go all in on it because I don't know if it's going to go back up. We can speculate that it's going to because it looks like it's clearly following crypto. It topped out with Ethereum back in the summer. I wouldn't go all in on it because it might not go back up, but I would definitely speculate on it because it could go back up. It's only a 20 billion market cap. And the fact that it's following crypto means it's going to go up at some point. I just don't know if it's going to go to the moon. You know, that's what I would say. I would say speculation play for sure. It's definitely worth a look, but I don't know if I would go all in on it instead of Coinbase or Bitcoin because I don't know that it's going to go back up. Technically, from here, you did hit the 618 twice, so it's technically bearish. I would argue maybe a move to the low is at least probable, and a break of the low would make it extremely speculative because then if it comes to like 30 bucks, you know, a move back to the all-time high is a 10x almost. So I would definitely say it's worth watching, right? If it comes all the way down here to 40 to 50, sorry, 30 to 50 bucks, it's definitely worth a gamble for me, but I wouldn't go all in on it because I'm not 100% sure that it's going to go back up, right? I don't even know what Circle is. I thought it was a stablecoin company. So it's like, how do you make money on a stablecoin company if it's not tied to anything that goes up? It's tied to a stablecoin, you know? But just from a retracement perspective, if it went all the way to $30 and then you went to the 618 retracement, that would still be $100, which is a 4x. Like that still beats Bitcoin, I think. But you also run the chance that it actually does go up. I definitely wouldn't touch it now, but when it's all said and done, yeah, here's $30 anyway. Here it is again. I think it's worth a stab. I don't think it's worth going all in on, But it's probably worth something. Because if Bitcoin falls by 40%, this is probably going to fall by at least 50%. Because Bitcoin just fell by however much, and this also fell by the same. So it's definitely worth a watch. I think below $50 though. But I appreciate the 3. Absolutely doable. 4,700 SPY. No, that's way too low, man. 4,700 SPY. Come on, man. That's all the way down here. That would be the largest crash we've seen in like 20 years. And the top's not even in yet. It would be nice, but I don't see it. Edward for 2. I appreciate the 2. He says nothing. I'll probably be typing his message in the chat. Is Edward gonna say anything, or what's going on, Mr. Edward? Mr. Squidward? I appreciate the 2. Around 40K for a bottom range makes sense if Bitcoin fails the current range. It always went to the red line, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but where are you getting 470 from? By the time we're projected to bottom out, it would probably be up here, like 570. I mean, if it's even gonna happen, it's gotta start. It's gotta start in August. Because, I mean, we gotta be realistic too. How on earth do we go from 780 to 550 in 2 months? Like, it would literally have to look like this. You know, like, I don't know how realistic that is. Unless the top is next month. If the top is next month, it's definitely doable. But I'm not going to sit here saying bear market, or it's not a bear market, but like, it's happened before where did we top in August here? No, we topped in September, right? You could get down there for sure. This one was 91 days. This one was 42 days. Even this one was quick. This one was 48 days. So if we did top, again, maybe we don't, and it's just going to go up forever. But if we did top in July, and the bottom's in October, that's 84 days. That is enough time to get down there. Especially because this is going to be going up. It's definitely doable. Grease Monkey for 5 says, "What's up, dude? Don't need you to look at anything for me. Just wanted to show you appreciation. You a goat." I appreciate the 5, man. That's awesome. I appreciate that a lot. It helps in times of despair. It helps in times of need. Yeah, my YouTube videos are just dying now. Like totally dying. That's why I've made peace with it already. Dude, 80 views, man. We are so deep in the bear market. Not even a month ago, we were getting 1,000 views. People have just left, you know? They've left. Everybody's gone. Look at this, 1.7K views. Now we're getting 500. This one's got 80, man. We're deep in the bear market. But I appreciate the 5. I bought 150K when Doge was at 8 cents. Yeah, it's tough, man. Wait, it still is at 8 cents. You can get out still. Oh, we are still sitting on the 200-week moving average. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of people getting bullish here. I'm hoping for a bounce. I really am. I am hoping for a bounce, man. Even if it's something quick. That's what I'm saying though. It could be quick. Just 1-2, buckle my shoe. Just real quick. Right? We hit the 382. We come down, we get a big rally back to 72, and then bam. Straight down to the bottom. It could look exactly like this, man. It might even be faster than that. I could see the bullish propaganda. We're holding the 200-week moving average, and then we get a bounce and everybody gets excited, and then they pull the carpet from underneath. Maybe we only get to 70K. There's a moving average right here. And then they just they pull the rug. Been watching since I got into crypto. There's so many shills out there. I mean, I've been a shill. Well, I've never directly shilled a coin per se. We were watching a lot of coins. But yeah, YouTube's tough. It's tough to find YouTubers. I'm not saying that's me, but it's tough to find YouTubers that are worth watching because it is a business. No one does YouTube for free. So you got to make content that appeals to the masses, and crypto is literally a space built on scamming. So you're better off shilling. If you can shill and make money and not get in trouble, then you're better off doing that. But the reality is a lot of people just look at the news and the headlines because it drives, what's the word I'm looking for? Not viewership, but there's a special word I'm looking for. If you use really scary headlines, or even when we're bullish and you use really bullish headlines, it drives audience retention and something else. I can't think of the word, where you're getting new people because people just love the news and they love the headlines. And I was never able to do that because I'm trying to navigate this, and I know that doesn't affect anything. So I don't talk about it, which is not why my YouTube channel struggles. My YouTube channel is struggling because I'm a Doge channel and Doge is dead. But it's tough finding YouTubers that are actually worth watching because it's all rubbish. Like one day it's the bull run is starting, the next day the bear market's back. It's all ad revenue. They're out there if you can find them. They're just hard to find. I just don't care to look. I mean, I've watched some people every now and then, but I already found them. That's the thing. If you're new to crypto and you're finding people for the first time, you just get rubbish shoved in your face. So it's tough to find stuff. Doesn't have to be. The bear market can last a long time. No, the bear market is going to be over by the end of the year. We are really close, man. That's why I get it. I'm not excited, but we're really close. Like, I like using colors because I'm kind of slow. You just go based on the color code. We're blue right now. We're freaking really close, man. See, when I look, like I got a smile on my face right now. We're really close to the end. We're just trying to find where are the maroon candles? They change in every market cycle, but they're not on the screen yet, so they're coming. And I don't know if you can tell because if you're watching on a little phone, but this candle we just got is darker than the others. It's very tough to see on your screen, but this candle is darker than the others, which means we're creeping closer and closer. You see how this candle is darker than the others? We are creeping closer and closer to the maroon candles. Yeah, even in 2018, look. You see how this candle is darker than the others? We're freaking so close, man. It's like knocking. It's knocking on the door. I just I'm trusting the Moonboy chart. Moonboy chart says we might not go down yet, but once July passes, at any moment, they can pull the rug. And the fact that if you just ignore the Moonboy chart and you strictly just look at the data without any type of bias, for some reason, Ethereum just shits itself in August. I don't know why. We already went over this. But for some reason, Ethereum just loves going down in August. Even though last year, August was the top, technically, when something tops out, that's bearish, right? If you bought in August, you got hosed. If you bought in August of 2024, you got hosed. Well, technically, I guess if you bought in after the crash. But the point is, there's always some type of bearish shenanigans. that's that's I'm gonna start saying there's always bearish shenanigans in August. It's tough to predict exactly what it looks like, but there's always bearish shenanigans in August, right? You had the monster wick in 2024. We had the top in 2025. In 2023, there was bearish shenanigans, right? Here it is again. In August of 2022, it was the top, bearish shenanigans. In August of 2021, that was the only one that was bullish. You know, we were bullish all the way through. 2020, you could argue, was neutral because you went up and then came right back down. So far we got 2020 and 2021 are bullish / neutral for Bitcoin. 2019, here it is again, bearish shenanigans in August. 2018 was God knows bearish. Oh man, just ultra bearish shenanigans. So it's very, very common that we get bearish shenanigans in August. And that has nothing to do with anything I just said before this. This is just pure data. If we go back to the Moonboy chart, which has nothing to do with that, it also says that August is projected to be bearish. Doesn't mean it has to be, right? Just because something has happened before doesn't mean it has to happen again. But there's really not that much time left for the bear market. So at some point we have to go down. And maybe we go down now. But if we don't go down now, then we have to go down later. And if we don't go down now, that means we're going to get a rally. And if we get a rally, now we only have 3 months left. I mean, some people are speculating that the bottom is in October. If the bottom's in October, there's only 2 months between August and October. So I think if we don't go down soon, and we've already been saying that for about a week now, I think if we don't go down soon, man, we're going up. And if we go up, then that's it. Unless it's a super cycle, but how many times are we going to say that? It was a super cycle here, it was a super cycle here, it's going to be a super cycle here. And then when it's finally bullish, it's the real super cycle. What if you don't get maroon candles like we did in 2019? Then you're betting on something that never happened before, which is not something I'm going to tell you to do. I'm not telling you that you're wrong either. If you want to bet against history, you're more than welcome to do that. Maybe it's different this time. That's always the question you ask yourself. Is it different this time? And only you can answer that. I don't think it is. It looks different, yes, but it always looks different. 2018 doesn't look like 2022. 2022 doesn't look like 2024 or whatever year this is. Could it be 2013 looks like 2022 and now 2018 looks like now? Maybe. It could be that. I'll definitely say this bear market is not like the others in the sense that I mean, I don't know. Can I say that? I think I can only say it's not like 2022. That's all I can really say. Because you have stocks like Robinhood going back up when they clearly topped, and it's clearly mimicking Bitcoin. But at the same time, we don't know because in 2022, the stock market was bearish. And now the stock market's going to the moon. So it's not like 2022, but it is kind of like 2018 where stocks are bullish and Bitcoin isn't. And in every bear market, you have some shit coins that go up. So it's definitely unique, but I wouldn't say it's that different. I would say it's not going the way that I originally thought it would, but nothing ever does. But we are very close to the end. We are very, look, we got maroon candles on the 4-day time frame. We are getting close to the end. We're getting close to the end. But you can see that they look different. Now, if anything, you could actually use this as a bearish argument and say, well, look at what happens. You get maroon candles, then we go down. You get maroon candles, then we go down. So now we should be going down. But this is a momentum indicator. And the reality is the momentum shifted. Momentum said we should have gone down here and we didn't. So I have to respect that. That's why I'm not saying we have to go down now. We might and we might not, but I do think we will hit this. Buy's gonna pump soon. I hope so, man. I hope we go up. I'm rooting for a rally. I'm being honest. I'm like one of the memes where the bear has a bull mask on. The Bobo has the moo moo mask on. That's what I am. I'm rooting for a rally here, like big time. I think we can get it. I have faith. I think there's enough bullish propaganda to squeeze a rally. We're sitting right on the 200-week moving average. Look, he did the same thing here. Because us doing this will reset the Bollinger Band percentile. And the thing is, that is what gives us the potential to go down. You notice how we didn't go down this time, but we also didn't have blue bars. If we sit here for another 3 to 5 weeks, that's going to send this down. Maybe we don't get a relief rally. I think we will, but maybe we just sit here. I think the reason we didn't get it is because we rallied here, and the rally made this go up. This only moves if you move up or down in a short amount of time. See how we just sat here in 2025 and we got it? If we just sat here for long enough, and then there was like a baby spike at the last second, kind of like what happened here, I think that would be the best case scenario. Because the longer we sit here, the more bearish it is. The difference is with the stock market this time, if I match it against the debasement of the dollar, it hasn't moved much at all. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that means. I'm not a stock guy. I'm not an economist. But you might have just found something, Charlie. I don't even know if this is what you're talking about, but you might have just found something, dude. Hold on a second. Because look at this. Wait, I didn't even think. Whoa, you might have just found something. I don't even know if this is what you're talking about, but I never looked at this. Yeah, this is interesting. SPY divided by DXY. Yeah, it looks different. You know how I know it looks different? Because look at where the top is in 2018. The top is in January. But the regular chart, the top was at the end, which is where Bitcoin topped. Yeah, look at that. That's interesting. You know why it's interesting? Because, oh wow, look at this. Look at this dude. Wow. How far down is this from the bottom? 15%. You know why this is interesting? Because you might have different information. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if... Yeah, this shit's about to print a red dot. Yeah, look at that. See? The regular SPY is not printing a red dot, but this one's about to. Yeah, hold on a second, Charlie. That's interesting. Even though I don't understand what you're saying, because the SPY is ripping against the DXY. Yeah, I wonder though. I'm just talking to myself. Yeah, we might be getting close, man. Dude, we're getting close to the top. We have to be. This is, look at this. Look at this, dude. This is way too many. Look at this, dude. This is way too many green candles. Come on. From 2022, you had one red candle where you had 4 red months. It's impossible, bruv. I haven't said bruv in a long time. Long time. Wow. It's impossible. We have to get some type of red candle in here. This is ridiculous now. I mean, look at this. This is the longest stretch of lack of red candles, I think, maybe ever. 1998 was the last time. And look, you had a fat red candle in here. Ba-boom, ba-bam. We get another red candle in 2 months. What's 2 months from now? August? Well, it would be September. Yeah, so maybe September, October, November is bearish, and then we start the new bull run in 2028, 2027. It's hopium to the max, but there's just no red candles. It's preposterous. It's preposterous. Yeah, here's a red candle. Yeah, but this closes in 4 months, which is October. So if we went down, this candle would close red, which has been the case since January of 2022. Yeah, 2 green, 1 red, 3 green, 1 red, 3 green, 4 green, 1 red. If we close this candle red, it would be in October. And then the next candle could close green because it's going to be November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, we might. I don't know. I'm open to the COVID crash, man. I am. Maybe I'm just Mr. Bear, but I'm open to the COVID crash. Oh, looks like the RSI pivoted too. Yeah, this is a little bit different than the regular chart. Oh, this one's still bullish. It's a little bit different than the regular chart. What is Bitcoin USD divided by DXY? What does that look like? Yeah, we're bearish, man. That's it. It looks like it's the same chart anyway. Yeah, it's the same. Same. Yeah, we're bearish. We're freaking bearish, gentlemen. The question here is there going to be a relief rally? And if there is, that's your last chance to exit or do whatever you're going to do. Because I think after August, we're going down, man. Dude, I'm getting a little bit excited now. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. The bearish propaganda is at all-time highs. The bearish propaganda. Not a stocks guy either, just a greaseball mechanic. Essentially, the price has gone up, but the amount you get for the dollar has gone down. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I think you were just saying like a copy and paste thing, the debasement of the dollar. Because Bitcoin has been going up, you know? Like, I get what you're saying, the buying power for people has diminished, but I don't know how to display that on the chart. There's like a special way to do it. I used to be an economist for like 3 months in 2022. I don't remember how to depict it. But you could just simply use Bitcoin divided by SPY and you get the same argument. Like, Bitcoin is becoming rubbish. It's true. I get what you're saying, I think, but this is the only way I can explain what you're trying to say, I think, where Bitcoin is not going up compared to other assets, which is why I think if you're just going to hodl, you're actually worth buying. It's actually better to buy SPY versus Bitcoin because I'm open to the possibility that this next market cycle will be a lower high compared to SPY because it's been shrinking, which means that the S&P 500 is now the superior asset. Yeah, I think that's true. No, it is true. Look, it went from 110 to 27. This one might be small. I'm telling you, I think, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but there's a possibility that this chart makes a lower high. Yeah, look at these returns. The diminished returns are inevitable. We went from 60x to 10x to 4x. I'm pretty sure this one might only be a 2x. If we go down by 50%, sorry, if we go down 40%, but the S&P goes down 20%, then we only go down 20%. And if we get a 200% gain from there, yeah, it's going to be a lower high. So unless you're buying the absolute bottom, you're better off just buying SPY, not financial advice. So if we pump in crypto next month, it's time to unload. I believe personally, yes, not financial advice. If I were holding crypto still, I'm out by August. No, actually, I'm out in July. But that's if we get the rally. This was technically your chance to get out if you didn't get out already, which most people didn't. But I am open to the bullish propaganda where people are starting to say the bottom is in now, and we're doing something like this where they actually pull the rug at the last second. The problem is if Bitcoin is going to repeat history, we mathematically should go below 40,000, which means this is going to be the mother of all dumps. Which means we're going to get some 2018 shenanigans. I'm going to start saying shenanigans. I like that. Where it's like safe, the bottom's in, and then out of nowhere, it just goes straight down. Boom. And everyone's going to be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what the hell's going on? Yeah, I wonder if this trend line is going to hold as the bottom. Oh no, that's way too low. Never mind. I'm pretty sure Bitcoin does usually bottom on trend lines. There's always a trend line somewhere. There's always a trend line somewhere where Bitcoin bottoms. I think we bottomed on this too. Maybe, maybe not, maybe not. I never, maybe? Did we? No, I wouldn't say that. Maybe it was 2018. I remember there was a downtrend, we bottomed right on it. Maybe it was 2018. No, maybe not. I guess not. I mean, maybe it was this. Like, ignore this. Obviously, that's not a valid trend line, but this one is. So is there like a trend line down there? Oh, there is. Hold on a second. Let him cook now. Yeah, there is. Look. Could you imagine this is the whole bear market? Like That's what happened in 2018. They gave you the answer literally in the first month and a half. Ba-boom. And the bottom was right on top of the trend line. I wonder if the same thing's going to happen where they gave you the answer the first month and a half, and now we're just going to bottom on top of the trend line. Yeah, oh my God, look at where it is too. Wait, that would be nuts. That would be nuts if that's what happens. Dude, I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to believe. Only only because I've seen it happen before. I remember back in 2018, I said to myself, "Oh my God, it's actually sitting right on the trend line." But it didn't happen in 2022, right? This one did. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, that's undeniable. Look at that. But where is this trend line coming from? I don't think there is one, right? You can't, yeah, you can't really connect it. This is the only one. But, oh, maybe it's this. Yeah, that's trippy. Remember Trippy Red? That's trippy, man. Yeah, look at that shit. Bitcoin does love trend lines, I'll give you that. But where is this connected to though? What is this connected to? Tailbone's connected to the bearish propaganda. Yeah, I'm gonna find this answer. What is this connected to? Can't say this. Can't say this. You say this? You could. This is like really pushing it because it's not the same downtrend. But what I would say is the market did act as if this was the bottom. Even though obviously this was the bottom, a lot of stuff did bottom here and a lot of stuff topped here. So the fact that this trend line corresponds to this bottom and this, yeah, but that really doesn't work because then you would have had to have drawn the trend line here, which you can't, you know? So I'm not even going to push it. Yeah, I'm not sure why this, I mean, you can see this happened, but there's no, yeah, there's really no trend line here. That's really interesting. I think the same thing happened here, no? Maybe not. Or was it this? Yeah, look at this. Look at this propaganda. Yeah, Bitcoin does love trend lines. I'll give you that. Yeah, I know for a fact that this is what it is because I saw it in 2018. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. Do you really think we're going down there? Yeah, but see, we're below this now. It's definitely heavily speculative. It's definitely narrative pushing, but there's nothing else to do. But technically, you would draw it to this because that's what happened in 2018. In 2018, if you strictly took your trend line from the first month of the bear market, you got the exact bottom. Now, the problem is we don't know where the bottom is. So if the bottom's in August, then we would be 46K. If the bottom's in September, it would be 41K. If it's in October, it would be 36. And if it's in November, it would be 32. And if it's in December, it would be 30. But that's heavy speculation. But I have to admit that technically does have validity to it because it happened 2 times. In April, a month later was May. If you strictly use this trend line, the bottom was right here. Even though this was the bottom. And if you go back to 2018 and you use these two, the bottom was right here. So I don't even think this is, you can't even really say this is the bottom because there's no touch points. Like, is there a touch point anywhere? I don't think so. Where are people getting this? Where are people getting that as the bottom? There's no, what about this? Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Maybe this? Is this, wait, is this also? Yeah, no, I really think we're going down here, man. At least 40. Yeah, look, 44,000. I really think we're coming down here. I do. I didn't even mean to waste this much time on this, but it is interesting to say the least. But Bitcoin does love trend lines, man. I'm not a trend line guy, but it's definitely worth watching. It's never going back up. No, we'll go back up again. We'll go back up again. We're almost there. I'm really starting to think that we're going down there. Honestly. I mean, you can point to so many things that say we could go down there. We already talked about this before, where in every market cycle, you get one big bull trap, right? And we've always hit the 2618. I think the first market cycle you didn't. At least in recent history, we've hit the 2618, right? Every market cycle, you get a big bull trap. I mean, look at that. It's a thing of beauty. So that's there. Then there's a tail as old as time where if you take your fib from the low and you connect it to the high. Wait, this is the 382. I don't think we hit the, yeah, we didn't hit the 382 last time. This one was the 0.5. Is the 618 also 37, 38K? Oh, it's a little bit higher. 30, lower rather, 34. Yeah, 34K is too low. But there's a tale as old as time where if you take this and you click it off, log, you've hit the 786 every time. Now this I wouldn't run with. It's just, we're just looking for confluence. But it's technically, yeah, this one you can't even really use. But it's there. Oh, sorry. I missed one. In every bear market, you've come to the 786 retracement or lower. Actually, you went below the 786 retracement. It happened in 2015. It happened in 2018. It happened in 2022. So technically, we would go below 39,000. And it's just like you do get a lot of confluence. It's there. It's definitely there. Look, there it is again. And then again, this is the indicator that I use for myself, but for the sake of the stream, we'll use it. This realized price indicator is literally right there. It's projected to be there by the time we get down there. And the fact that every market cycle we bottom below the blue moving average. It's not a moving average, it's a realized, there's a realized price from everything. There's a bunch of different ones, but they're all pretty much in the same spot. But here it is again, you bottomed below You bottomed below, and you bottomed way below. I don't know, man. I'm open to it. I'm definitely, I don't know if it's gonna get down there, but if you told me that we're going down there, I can't say that you're wrong, because it's definitely there. It's definitely there, man. I think 40K is fair, which is what I was saying 40 to 44 just to be safe. But I can't really say that you're wrong if you think it's going to 39 to 36. It's technically there. And the fact that the diminished returns would still be there even if it goes down there, it's legit. It is legit, man. That's legit. I'm getting a little bit excited. I don't know if it's going down there though. That's legit though. The math checks out. Once MSTR starts to capitulate, we should go below 10K. Nah, we're not going down that low, man. That's way too low. I mean, me personally, I'm not buying Bitcoin, so it doesn't really matter. I would argue. Yeah, we're going to be so ready, man. We're going to be so ready. I'm ready, Freddy. I don't know if it's going that low, but I do know that every market cycle. Oh, I can't even zoom in. Oh, yes, I can. Yeah, every market cycle, we bottom pretty low. I mean, $100. I know this is basic math, but give me a second here. $300, so 50% is 150. So 66% is 200, right? So we bottomed 30% below the realized price. This realized price was 4,800. We bottomed at 3,300. So we bottomed 1,500 below 4,800. Let's just make it easy for our brain and say 4,500. 33% of 4,500 is 1,500. We bottomed 1,700 below. Sorry. We bottomed 1,600 below. So it's about 30% again. These are rough estimates. I know it's not accurate. Then again here, the realized price was 21K and we bottomed at 16K, which is 20%, right? Right. 20% of 2,000 is 4,000. So we would be 16K. So in every bear market, we bottom 20 to 30% below the realized price. Right now, our realized price is 53,000. So what is, dude, I'm telling you, 20% of 53,000 is 10,000. It's actually more than that because 10% would be 5,300, 20% would be 6,600. No, wait, sorry, my math. I have the right idea. I'm just doing the math wrong. It would be 53,000 is 10%. So 20% would be 10,600. So what's 10,600 subtracted from 53,000? Like 41,000, right? That's 20%. The other two bear markets were 30%. So 30% would be 36,000. Dude, I'm pretty sure we're going below 40,000. If history is going to repeat itself, which you have to give credit to people who called the top in October, we literally topped in October. So clearly, whatever kind of word you want to use, what do they call it? The algorithm? What are they? The simulation. Clearly, the simulation is continuing. And if the simulation is going to repeat, we should go 20 to 30% below the realized price, currently at 53,000. I'm in. I'm in. I agree. I think we're going below 40K. That's a ballsy thing to say, but I think that's where we're going. There's just too much, there's too many confluences below 40,000. And I think the chef's kiss is the fact that the diminished returns fits. That's what makes it even more scary. Like people that are saying the bottom is in now, I'm not saying they're wrong, I'm just saying I disagree because 52% is nothing. The freaking COVID crash was more than that. And this was a bull market, mind you. Even the 2019 crash without the COVID crash was the same size. So you'd be saying that we're in 2019 with no COVID. I don't buy that. I think if we go to 40K, that's 67%. That's literally the sweet spot. We go from 83 to 77 to 67. That's fine. Maybe it goes a little lower to 37K, 70%. That lines up. I think the math checks out. I think the math checks out, Charlie. Higher low for 5 says, bring back your catchphrase, have a nice day, see you all at 40K. Did I used to say that? Have a nice day, see you at 40K. I don't think I ever said that. I remember I said something, have a nice day, see you at something. Have a nice day, see you at 40K. I don't recall saying that. I think I've said something, have a nice day, see you at something. But I appreciate the 5, man. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, you said 10K. Did I? See you at 10K. I feel like I said something like that. Yeah. Have a nice day. See you at 10K. When did I say that? In 2023 or 2024 or 2022? Have a nice day. See you at 10K. Sounds familiar. Man, this is groundbreaking. Dude, we might be going down there. And the fact that people are still calling for a super cycle, I think they're unprepared. I'll be right back. I gotta urinate. I've been drinking my diet soda. I don't know. I think we might be going down there, gentlemen. All right, all right, all right. So 93 in the chat. Yeah, I appreciate the 5 from Higher Low. Yeah, we've been getting 100 viewers consistently. Shout out to the chat, man. That's really good. The channel views from the videos are absolutely dead, but the live stream is still hanging in there. But at this point, in this, what am I trying to say? At this point, there we go. At this point of the market cycle, the stage is already being played out. The stage is being set, as the grifters would say. The stage is set. My views have, everybody's gone. If you're here now, thank you for staying. But I would imagine most people are also going to leave down here. But at that point, it's not going to matter. It's not. For me, it hasn't I mean, it matters always, but once we got this move down, I knew the fate was set. My channel was going to die, but I got a little bit of money off of this to where I'm okay. And if we can get one more bounce, you know, there's a freaking chance. Even if we're getting like, don't the Elliott wave dude say ABC and then down, right? Or did we already get that ABC? I'm not an Elliott wave guy because there's too many moving parts, you know? What is this, A, B, C? It's already done. But if that's not the case, then maybe we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, one more for the boys in the back. And then bam. Right? Because I do remember from 2022 that wave 3 is the largest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Send it. Come on, baby. Send it down. Yeah. I haven't said that in a while either. Yeah. I'm starting to get high on the hopium right now. Yeah. We got John Doe in the chat, my man. Dude, how you doing, man? We got to get out of here. You got to promise me you're going to get out of here. Yeah. My voice is low. No, I'm just talking low. Also, there's settings on my microphone because my air conditioner is loud. So if I do talk low, it does get cut off. But I feel like I'm talking pretty loud today. Solana's going to $32. I think so, man. I think so. I'm pretty sure we have nasty BBWP bars on Solana. Oh, yeah. We've got nasty BBWP. Oh, we've got nasty BBWP bars. As the YouTube comments say, we've got nasty work. We've got nasty BBWP bars for Solana. We're either going straight up or straight down. Yeah, look at this. Nasty work. Nasty BBWP. No, seriously, look. We're either going straight up or we're going straight down. There's no in the middle, literally. There's no in the middle. So either we're right here and we're about to teleport up, or even this was monster move, 134%. Could you imagine we went up by 134%? We'd be back at 170. So I would predict that by the end of the month, by the end of the year, Solana will be $170 or, oh man. Am I prepared for a 70% drop? Yeah, 25. Yeah. I think $30 is on the table. I I'm gonna be honest. I think Solana could go to $30. I think it's gonna happen. It lines up with the accumulation zone, especially because if you look at the total market cap for Solana, it's not the same. Like they're adding Solana into the circulation. Look at that. This was almost a higher high, but on the regular chart, it's clearly a lower high. They're adding Solana into the chart, chat. Chat. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. But only if we get the relief rally. If we just go down now, I'm going to be a little upset. But I'll live. That might be the play. I still think the rotation is the play, man. I think if you did Coinbase long, you got a 3x, right? Dude, you got to start making your plan. I think you do Coinbase long in maybe January, right? Look at this thing. Did a 300% gain off the rip. So if you have 3K, now you're at 9K. Now you got 9K. Dude, you could do it, man. You could do BMNR too if you're risky. If you're feeling risky. Can buy salt. Yeah, that is true. I forgot about that actually. I forgot about that. Salt. Yeah, yeah. You know what? No, you know what you could do, you sick bastard? You can do the 2x Coinbase. You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna prescribe you this. I'm so serious, man. If we get this COVID crash, John Doe, you gotta buy the semiconductors. Dude, I'm telling you, if it's a big if, but if we get the COVID crash, you gotta get the semiconductors. It's like free money, right? You put in your 5K, you get a 3x off the rip. No, I'm telling you because, listen, if we get this bounce, I really hate repeating myself, but I'm gonna do it just for you. Listen, I'm gonna give you some premium content here, even though we already went over it 3 times. It's a big if though, but historically, Bitcoin always spends at least 3 to 4 months below the realized price. So if we go below the realized price in September, that means we have to stay down there September, October, November, December, January. At the minimum, we wouldn't go back up until January. But the thing is, in that time span, the S&P 500 recovers first. So if you look at this and you put Bitcoin on the chart, if you bought this first, you actually get a decent return before Bitcoin goes back up. In 2018, it was 100%. In 2022, it was 100%. So if you're real sick, if you're a real sicko, and the math lines up, you could technically get this first, get a 2x, and then rotate. Because that's what's been happening. This has gone up first, and then you rotate. That's what I would be watching. But yeah, that's what I would say. Because the 2x doesn't seem like a lot, but think about it. If you have 5K and you put 5K in Bitcoin and you get a 4x, now you have 20K. But if you get a 2x on SOXL and then you'd have 10K, then you put your 10K on Bitcoin, now you have 40K. So that 2x is going to massively compound. I think it's doable, man. I think it's doable. I think it's doable. Yeah. The Zeke for 55 months. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that a lot. What's up, broski? Hope you're good. To the moon. I appreciate that. Yeah, I can say I think I'm in the right direction. That's what I would say. I think my life is going in the right direction. I hope. I feel like it is. I'm still trying to finish the nooks and crannies, as they say. But if we get this relief rally, I have a chance to catapult my life to the upside. At least hypothetically speaking, nothing is obviously confirmed or denied, but if we somehow got one of these puppies, sweet corn and baby carrots. Yeah, if we got one of these puppies, oh, sweet corn and baby carrots. But there's a guy in the chat that has the same profile picture as you. I don't know if he's still here. He was here, but I thought he was you for the longest time. I think he left. Name is Jake. Jake from State Farm. Yeah, I think he left. And coincidentally, he left and you're here. And he's ultra bearish and you're ultra bullish. So maybe it's your burner account. But I appreciate the sub, man. Man, are we gonna get this relief rally? It it it's possible. The behavior as of now is freaking similar. There's no question. And we already had the FOMC meeting, right? The FOMC meeting in December was here. And the FOMC meeting for us was here. And you want to know the kicker, gentlemen, and the half a lady? There's an FOMC meeting at the end of July. I'm not even making it up. So we could be bullish until the end of July. I'm not even making it up. July 29th. It's hopium, but I'm taking the dosage. We would be bullish till right here, which literally lines up with the Moonboy chart. Yeah, I'm taking my dose of hopium. I think we could just sit here. We're just gonna sit here. That's my hopium. Obviously, if we go straight down, then oh well. But this is the hopium I'm clinging on to. We consolidate until July. Or it could be like this too, where we top out early and that July FOMC meeting sends us down. You know? That's the other outcome, where we top in mid-July, we rally, everyone gets bullish, then we crash back down, and then the July capitulation starts But that doesn't really make any sense. And then obviously you have your other outcome where we just go straight down right now, which would be very unfortunate, but it's there. If we go under 50K, I'm opening 10x longs, and yes, but if you open a 10x long on Bitcoin at 50K, you would get liquidated, because if Bitcoin falls by 10%, you get liquidated, which means if we go to 45K, which is very likely, I wouldn't open a 10x long until sub 40. Maybe I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do a 10x long. Maybe I would open a 10x long in November or December after we've already gone sideways for a little while. That's what I would say. The photometer news is maxing right now. I don't even read the news. I'm getting news shoved down my throat on YouTube, though. When I watch YouTube on my TV, they're already saying this, the peace, dude, the peace plan is only 60 days. It's not even a full treaty. So I'm telling you, they're just tugging. It's all rubbish. I don't even watch the news. One day it's up, the next day it's not. There's nothing you can do to stop what's about to happen. We have to go down there. I just don't know if it's gonna get a relief rally first. All DCA longs all the way down. Can't you get liquidated like that? What, 205 Bitcoin Cash yesterday? Good luck, man. I think Bitcoin Cash could go a lot lower. Man, dude, it just made another low. I uh I don't know. I think Bitcoin Cash is going much lower. It could get a bounce and you can get out, but I actually think it's coming down here. $100. YouTube is being click. Yeah, I think that happens every now and then. You find people you're not sub to, or somebody logged into your account. Oh, Stellar Lumens had another rally. Nice. I have hope. I'm thinking, man, you guys got to believe that there's one more little rally for me. Right? We're sitting right on the 618 retracement. We still could go a little lower to this. That would match everything we just did. If you strictly refer to the FOMC meetings, we've come down to the 786 every time. Oh, this one was a 618 actually. So if we went down one more time, everybody would be bearish. Come on, baby. Oh yeah, just like that. Ba-boom, ba-bam. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Then we'd have our bear flag structure. This is probably max cope. Yeah, wow, look at that. Right on the money. Then we'd have the 0.5 retracement. It's a nice dream, right? Stocks are about to go parabolic. That's why I'm hoping for a relief rally. I don't see how Bitcoin can go straight down and the stock market can go up. It's very, very unlikely. But it's wishful thinking. But it's not, because we've had this drawn. We literally are holding up right now. We have to hold 61,000. If we can hold 61,000 this week, I think we're going up. This is going to be a big week. I think if we hold 61,000, we're going up. Good luck to you all. But with that said, the stream has come to a conclusion. 2 hours, not too shabby. I greatly appreciate all the support. Super chats were okay today. Thank you for that. Appreciate the views and the support. As always, none of this is financial advice. Stay safe out there in the bear market. It's almost over. Appreciate you guys watching and listening and providing an audience to speak to. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe. Appreciate the support. None of this is financial advice. I will see you soon and take care.